A little bit of everybody, man. Drake, Migos, Cardi B.
See, my man just said Culture 2 is what you say, trash?
Culture 2 was a massive disappointment. Borderline trash.
Did you pick this
24 tracks, way too many.
What is this for?
It's my touchdown celebration.
Oh, this is for me.
This is for you.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
You gave the fan one. No one's ever gave you one.
Okay.
Time out. But here's the thing,
First official.
T.O. gave a fan a football. You give him a signed photo of yourself.
I like me. I like me some me.
All right.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Pierce Simpson. We hope you had a great weekend. Today's show is jam-packed. As you can tell from the cold opening, we have a special guest in the building. But like we do each and every episode, I'm going to go around the horn. We have Complex Sports Editor Adam Caparel in the building. Adam, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, feeling all right today. How about you?
Smile this week? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Monday, so,
He's staying
let me warm up a little bit.
And 80s drug dealer vibes right here. You know what I mean? Complexes, LeVar Ball, Mr. Gilbert Arenas.
What's happening, baby?
Okay, you
about to leave here and sell a nickel bag?
doing illegal activity after the show. And we mentioned having a special guest. Should have been first ballot Hall of Famer. Mr. Terrell Owens is in the building today.
Welcome.
Thank you.
He is first ballot, baby.
Oh, 1,000%.
He is first ballot.
Listen, 1,000%. T.O., how does it feel to be here on Out of Bounds?
It's a little early, but
Just a little bit.
I'm here.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah. As long as I look good, that's all that matters.
That's all.
That's all that matters.
He's never changed. I love it. He's never changed. Now, fellas, I'm unsure if you heard the news. Maybe you have. The XFL is coming back, according to Vince McMahon. There's a delayed process. It will come back in January of 2020. XFL stands for Extreme Football League, and mind you, they had a run in the early 2000s. But this league will reportedly be different than the NFL. Vince McMahon is looking for faster games, 2 hours ideally. Players won't be allowed to have political stances on the field. Players also with criminal backgrounds won't be allowed to play. And his quote was, "You want someone who does not have criminality associated whatsoever with them. Even if you have a DUI, you will not play in the XFL. Also, they will only have 40-man rosters." So, from the outside looking in, T.O., you seem to have an opinion already. What you think about the XFL?
I think they have 2 years to get it right. I think you, just like you alluded to, they had a short run in 2001. It was just that short. So again, I said with some of the rules, you talk about freedom of expression. I think that's a hot topic, right now. So again, and you talk about the criminal records, that eliminates a lot of people.
A lot.
So it's going to be an all white league, pretty much. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But like I said, he has 2 years to get it right. And I think if he brings on some experienced people with some NFL experience, I think it should be okay. But I think the first thing is creating a quality game that people want to watch.
Yeah. Is there an additional hunger for football? Like, are we just having too much football at this point? Is it right to have another league? No? Yes?
I'm not even watching the real league at this point. I would have said that if he wasn't here.
Yeah, it's all good. They have the AFL now, the flag football league that they're trying to introduce as well. So, obviously they're going to be players really trying to play their love, have their love of football continue, and then you're going to have guys that are on the outside trying to get on NFL teams, really kind of auditioning. So you'll have, up in for the next couple of years, they have some.
There's going to be a lot of interest, but no criminal record. Jesus Christ, that's harsh. That is harsh. A DUI, that's harsh. You're just going to have kickers and quarterbacks.
Right, exactly.
Before I get to Adam, another very interesting thing about this league, Vince McMahon put in $100 million, and he's going to be the sole owner of every single team. We have a commissioner now that's not an owner of any team, and he's getting really nothing right. What do you think about that, Cap?
Listen, it was a spectacular failure the first time around. What Vince is talking about, with the tweaks, it was though. It really was.
Yeah,
All the pomp and circumstance of what they wanted to be, and the explosion for the first couple of weeks, there was a lot of buzz around it, and then just kind of fizzled out completely. So some of the tweaks that Vince is talking about seem cool. Like he wants to bring in big hits and big plays to the game that's kind of been weeded out of the NFL. But how problematic is that going to be with all we know about CTE going forward? Are people going to really want to watch train wrecks on a daily basis again? The appetite for football has decreased. Ratings are down across the board. So you introduce another league, how are people going to be flooded to go to that league unless you have Touchdown Jesus, a.k.a. Tim Tebow, manning one of the teams?
What you thinking about you?
The political part, what's going on now has nothing to do with 2 years from now.
Yeah, but isn't stuff going to get worse in 2 years, though?
Huh?
Won't stuff get worse in 2 years?
What happened? No, nothing gets worse in 2 years. Nobody's going to be protesting in 2 years. Hopefully it's nipped in the bud by this summer. I'm pretty sure the NFL is not going to let people kneel next season. So whatever happens is going to happen in this summer. So to have this as a gimmick of your league, just come on.
Yeah, but as a former player, coming from a league that is now inhibiting, some of the guys I shouldn't say that, but the NFL allowed more touchdown celebrations. But guys, the XFL was supposed to be this extra fun league, and now Vince is going to limit guys' ability to be, self-aggrandizing and celebrate and do kind of, self things like that. Like that wouldn't play that well with a lot of players, I would imagine.
Well, you mentioned it with the ratings being down in the National Football League, so obviously I think they were smart to try to bring back the touchdown celebration to allow guys, somewhat of freedom of expression to try to bring some traction back. So again, with the XFL, I don't know what they're going to do to really, I guess, better the game in terms of bringing more eyeballs, to that sports.
I mean, it's one thing if they make this league in the spring, summertime, kind of what they did the first time around to completely differentiate itself in the NFL, because it'll get completely lost if it's played in the fall. No way in hell.
Yeah, I think the only way to make this really attractive, you're going to probably have to have other guys from other sports play this sport.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, just say AI comes in play, you know what I mean? Or Gilbert comes in play. Not that you would, but I'm just saying other guys like.
Hey, Iverson was a good high school quarterback.
Yeah. Right. Listen, the shit that be happening in the field look like it hurts.
Something that just popped up in my mind just now. What if the XFL is not a competitor to the NFL? What if it's a competitor to the NCAA, right? So what if players that get kicked off teams that want to make a quick dollar and don't want to go the collegiate route, just go to the XFL?
But what are they getting kicked off for? Because if they're criminals, Vince can take it.
Very true.
It's just hard when you put so many. It's like a church league. You have so much rules where no one can actually
participate.
Yeah, it's come on, that's what I'm saying.
How is that? Nobody.
It's be him and his business partner.
The only real question I have for the XFL is: are they going to allow the names on the back of the jerseys like they did the first time around? Are we going to get "He Hate Me Again" and all this other stuff? They have to, right?
I'm sure that's yeah.
Negro.
No, do not go that route, please. Do not go that route.
You have Negro on the back.
Yeah. That's why he won't be playing.
Exactly, yeah. That's why they won't allow you in the league.
But it can be anybody. Anybody can try out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, technically, you kind of have a background, so.
No. I'm just saying, anybody can try
excluded.
out for the league.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know if Vince would allow you in his league.
But that's the thing. They're going to have something to where it's really attractive. Again, you hear guys see LeBron, go, well, how would he fare out in the NFL? Not that he would play, but guys on that level or that caliber that have the size and speed to play another sport, would they be willing to do that? And then, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Is the money right? Is the money? Yeah, is the money worth it?
See, if you had the itch to play, would you play in XFL? No. You shut that down pretty quickly. It's I'm all right.
Because of age, or just because you're just done with football?
It's just, I think it's a mockery of really kind of what the league, the National Football League, is. And I think you look at what he's done with WWE, that's not even real wrestling. You know what I mean? So again, it's a business for him. And he's giving guys kind of a platform to really expand upon their football careers if need be. But again, like I said, this is a guy with a lot of money and they're experimenting.
Yeah. So Pierce alluded to earlier that you probably should be a Hall of Famer right now. I think everyone around here and a lot of football fans would agree wholeheartedly. You are a top 15 finalist for the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame, I should say. And the decision will come down this weekend during the Super Bowl. So this is kind of an ongoing saga with you every single year. You get very close and kind of don't get there. But your feelings heading to this weekend when we're going to know officially if you are one of the 5 finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You feeling good about this year? Or you feeling more of the same bullshit that you've dealt with in the past?
I think the Hall of Fame should implement what Vince McMahon is. If you got criminal records, you can't get in.
Well, that would exclude plenty of guys. That excludes plenty of guys.
So again, I've given my take on it, and like I said, I'm not disappointed. And I just feel more disrespected than disappointed as far as where I rank, among the elite, leagues and the Hall of Fame guys. I think my stats speak for itself. I think in terms of the criteria for guys to get inducted, I think they've basically just overlooked what I've done as far as my body of work on the football field. And again, I think it's like I said, I've said it all along, and I think there are Hall of Fame guys that have spoken on it as well. I mean, it's a flawed process. How can you be top 3 and whatever categories and not be inducted in. And I think, the other sports like baseball and basketball, they've gotten it right, for guys. I mean, look at not to say anything bad about Allen Iverson, but they looked at his body of work on the court, nothing outside.
And you're being held back by the locker room stuff and all the antics off the
what they
field.
call character issues. And again, like I said, if you look at my resume, my personal character resume, I mean, I don't have a rap sheet. I haven't been involved in any sexual allegations, no DUIs, no domestic violence, no criminal record. But again, it's all about hearsay as far as my character is concerned.
That's the only thing I hate about sports. Like a player who gets in trouble on the field, they use that as a character flaw in their personal life. So it's like you're using someone's football or basketball or sports persona and use that against them. Like, no, that was part of the game. That's what I did part of the game. That was my love of the game. I don't get in trouble outside of the game. You don't see me, so like, how can you use it against
And you've been out of the league now for how many years? Like, and they're still using this against you.
Right, exactly. And I think if you look at some of the guys that I played with, and during the time that I played with, I mean, they've held some of these guys in higher regards. I mean, and they've done some really grotesque things, but they've allowed some of these guys to be inducted into the Hall of Fame just because what they won a Super Bowl. I mean, that doesn't make them a character person. It doesn't make them a good person. So again, like I said, people ask me, do I regret anything as far as the stance of where I am now? My third time now being a nominee. But for me, my grandmother raised me a certain way, and before I knew anything about playing the game politically and things of that nature, you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you an answer. And like I said, I didn't really have the wherewithal to be thinking, okay, if I answer this, then it's gonna throw Gil or Pierce under the bus. That's not what I was doing. You asked me what happened during the game, why didn't I get the ball, what happened on this, I'm gonna give you my honest answer. You may not like it, but I'm giving you the truth. The truth.
Everyone wants honesty until you give it to them.
That was an impressive thing. Like, T.O. was never accused of lying. No matter how many people feel like that he was a distraction, he was never accused of lying, whether it was in San Francisco, Philly, Dallas, wherever, he was never accused of lying. And he's generationally, of the wide receivers that he was with, there was only two conversations growing up for me, Randy or T.O. And the fact that T.O. is not a Hall of Fame, not a first ballot Hall of Famer, and Jason Taylor gets in before Terrell Owens, in my opinion.
No, there's a lot of guys you can
it's like
parse
they make you beg them to get in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's what it is. We should just start our own T.O. Hall of Fame campaign. That's all it is. You start a campaign.
No, my college has already done it. They sent me some shirts over the weekend, and it's got me me doing the little popcorn silhouette, and it says T.O. Hall of Fame.
I think that was my favorite celebration.
That's all you got to do. You just got to campaign the shit out of everything, and then.
But again, like I said, for me, it's not even really about the campaign. Like I said, I know eventually I get in, but I think for me, it's really, as far as the Hall of Fame is concerned, it's tainting really the reputation, the credibility in which what it's about. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be about your body of work. But when it has come to me the last 2 years, it's been everything except that. You know what I mean? So that's where I have a problem.
Well, I mean, hopefully this year they're right or wrong, because you definitely belong.
I appreciate it.
All right. Keeping it locked in with football, 2 mayors are willing to risk their Rocky statues in a Super Bowl bet. So Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney made a Super Bowl bet with the mayor of Brockton, Massachusetts, Bill Carpenter, over their respective Rocky statues. The Brockton, Massachusetts delegation has a Rocky Marciano statue, a real boxer, and obviously Philly has the iconic Rocky Balboa statue. So the bet is whatever team loses, or whatever city loses, the statue has to wear the other team's gear. So T.O., you spent a number of years in Philly. What the hell are the Philly fans going to do if the Rocky statue is wearing a Tom Brady jersey?
It won't last long.
What, like 5 seconds?
I'm going to tell you that right now. Unless they have security around it for a number of hours, it is not going to last.
That still won't deter anybody from Philly.
Right, it's not going to last.
How nuts are Philly fans? Like, real talk.
Man, like I said, when I played against them, they're very, very, very passionate fans. Which for me, I'm a person, I embraced it. So, I mean, I heard it. I mean, it only fueled me to play as best as I could. And then, like, when I got there, oh my God, I felt like Rocky. You know what I mean? Honestly, I mean, they are like the most loyal, most passionate fans again, that I've ever played for. And I'm not just saying that just because I went there and we ended up going to the Super Bowl. I mean, they welcomed me with open arms. Yeah. And I mean, it was one of those feelings like, okay, it's almost like this is where I belong. I wish I would have gotten drafted there. I mean, that's how much love they showed there.
So, Super Bowl coming up this weekend. Are you pulling for the Eagles? Do you not give a shit right now?
I mean, I'm not a guy that watch a lot of football. I mean, I'm a basketball fan at heart. But again, like I said, I mean, it's almost like, this is the rematch, so to speak. I mean, we played in 2004. We came up short. Playing against that guy.
Broken leg.
Playing against that guy, Tom Brady.
His boy.
Right. So again, like I said, I'm going to root for him. Root for the Eagles just for the standpoint. That's where I played. We got there in 2004, and so again, they're going to have to keep number 12 off the field if they want to win. So however they need to do that. Whether it's taking him out of the game, legal. I mean,
the man to your left right there is
legally, whatever.
Right, whatever the case may be.
XFL was earlier. This NFL.
We know he has Tom Brady.
Right, I think you've seen it. Last year. I mean, and you saw in the AFC Championship, no lead is safe with this guy on the football field. I mean, last year's Super Bowl, they're down 25. It's unheard of. I think the question was, did the Atlanta Falcons win it or did Tom Brady win it? I think
Falcons let the foot off the gas a little bit.
That's the thing too. I think the coaches that are preparing for this game, and I'm sure the message has been sent in that locker room from once they realize they're in the Super Bowl. Game planning. Once you get on top of these guys, you better put your foot on the throat. Don't give them an opportunity to come back and get back in the game, and that's putting Tom Brady on the field. Anytime on that clock, there's a chance. Yeah.
See, that's that theory. Remember in basketball that said, if you're up 25, don't shoot the ball.
Oh, no, but again,
that's why you got to keep going,
right? And
because of shit like that.
Yeah.
But the natural flow of the game, sometimes as players, you're up 25, you're not really playing as hard, and you'll find yourself, people chipping away because the other teams, they're going to play hard.
They're going to keep
going.
The
only way that they're not going to get in the game is by not making shots. But I mean, if you're up 25 and you playing a team and they're not really making shots, then you're going to get comfortable, you're going to get lackadaisical. But if you, again, in today's game, no lead is safe.
Yeah, no lead is safe.
Now, you two guys were one of the most outspoken athletes in your respective sports. Now, of course, you said you're an NBA fan, Gil. You're obviously NBA All-Pro. The ref tensions right now are something that's driving the league insane, and they have a plan to ease these tensions. There's a 5-pronged plan Friday. They're going to try and improve player and referee relations. They're going to do more this year during All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles. Hopefully a meeting of some sorts. I don't know what that may be. I don't know how that works.
What is that going to
What are they going to do, give the players their own
I have
whistles?
I have no idea.
He fouled me.
Like last week, Kevin Durant was ejected once again, I believe, against the New York Knicks. Tony Brothers and Kenny Atkinson, the coach of the Brooklyn Nets, got into a little skirmish where Kenny Atkinson had to be held back. He was nearly at half court. Of course, that's referee and coach. But player and ref, what can be changed? Gil, what you thinking can be changed?
It's more of the younger generation of referees coming in that don't have the tolerance.
Right.
Yet for who's who, what's what, like what is just bitching, what is actually, crying and complaining. So they don't have that experience yet. So when someone's coming at them, it's like they're getting scared. They're gonna blow that whistle. It's like a fucking cop.
But the complaining has been pretty absurd. Like when Kevin Durant got ejected last week, he was literally complaining from the other end of the court all the way back, wasn't playing defense, still chirping, and he came out the next day and apologized, said that he was acting like an ass.
But that's what players do. That's what I said. You got to understand what players do. Like I remember when Jerry Stackhouse was playing. There was games where he was trying to get kicked out of the game. Like we're down 30 and he's sitting there chirping the whole time, and the ref told him, Jerry, I'm not kicking you out of the game. You're going to take this ass whooping just like the rest of your team.
Why would you want to get kicked out of the game? It's going to cost you money.
The same reason, like, some of the coaches get kicked out. They're up 30. Like,
you want to get a $2,000 fine just for mouthing off to the ref?
You're not sitting there on the seat getting your ass whooped still. Like, you see some of the coaches for no reason down 20, they get kicked out, and then assistant gets kicked out too.
Right.
The fuck you two dummies doing? But that's what I said. But a ref knows, hey, y'all going to stay here, catch this ass whooping like everybody else. Hey, don't call no technicals over there. I mean, you have refs that do that, but the new refs don't have that yet.
Yeah, but you were in the NBA in 2010 when they instituted the policy, like respect the game initially. So, like, how much changed in 2010 from what it was previously?
But back then, the same thing. They, as soon as you put your hands up, like, and they were calling, they were just chipping away
any gesture. To where it's demonstrative.
But the thing was, how do you not react as part of the sport? It's just, so that's why they took that back because, from there they were just like, gotcha. Gotcha. It's like jaywalking tickets.
Yeah, that's a natural reaction.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's a natural reaction when, like I said, when you get in the heat of the moment, like how can you not react? It's just like when guys were dunking and they were talking about hanging on the rim or things of that nature. It's kind of ticky-tacky. But I think to help with the game, like I said, I don't know if it's just the youth, the younger generation of refs. I just think they need to kind of, with the officiating, take some courses, to really officiate it, to the nth degree to where it's quality officiating. And I think that's what a lot of guys are, kind of moaning and groaning about is because, again, some with some guys it's a foul on the other end, and then on the other end it's not a foul. It's like just the inconsistencies of the officiating. And
you say it's more of a ref issue than a player issue.
I do. I think it is. I think that's why. I think that's why a lot of the players are griping about it.
Yeah, it is because it's like you got to remember if we're all referees, we see the game different.
Right.
So if James Harden, gets you and you gave him 29 free throws and then T.O. gives him 5 free throws, obviously with the same moves he's going to be bitching at T.O. It's one of those that the calls are so inconsistent day in and day out that the players do get bitchy. You're talking about guys who always get fouled in their mind and they never commit fouls. So you have to understand who the player is and how he reacts to understand what to call and what not to call.
Well, maybe player conduct over recent years has gotten worse when it comes to officials. I remember a couple years ago, maybe even last season, when Russell Westbrook just threw the ball and hit the ref in the head. You had Blake Griffin throw the ball at the ref. He acted like he was throwing it back. He fired a missile at the referee. Got a technical.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I respect about Tony Brothers sometimes. Yeah. Like if he would have threw the ball at Tony Brothers wouldn't have called that. He would have went down. Yeah. Blake would have got hacked. He wouldn't have looked at it. That's Tony.
So you respect that more.
I respect
but the thing is, what you see is like they feel like the refs aren't respecting them. Mm-hmm. So what you're seeing is like now the players are not respecting the refs.
Right.
So it's
but the players never respect the refs because it's like.
But as you said, now you seeing guys just teeing off. They're just doing anything, kicking balls in the stands. Like you've seen it over the years, but not on a consistent basis.
I think because it's television now and mostly. We've had kickballs. We've had fuck you, ref. We had a whole bunch of that. You get this shit on. You see you see a motherfucker do this right
you
here.
You just don't hear it. Right.
He's saying all kind of shit.
Right. Yeah. But now, like you hear with the audio with these behind the basket, you can hear everything now.
That's what I said. It's just a ref, just knowing. I'm not gonna.
And then they have to do like the refs, like just like we do scouting. Yeah. Refs, they have to do the same. They have to know like. Who's going to be griping, who's going to be doing what, and you really know how to police and officiate the game.
The sad part is they do their scouting. That's the fucked up part. They do their scouting knowing he's going to bitch, so I'm not going to call shit so he can bitch so I can get him out. It's like they do that.
Yeah. Right.
Like, nah, Gil, I know you already going to sit here and try to talk to me and try to... So I started learning their names.
Right.
Exactly. Hey, ref, come on, what the fucking call?
Right.
You see these
on a
guys
first name basis.
Why wouldn't you know their names?
Huh?
You see these guys on a nightly basis. Why wouldn't you know their names?
Maybe it's like Terrell said, they don't respect the refs, so like, why am I going to know your name?
You don't really know. You know the main guys.
Yeah, but in the NFL, you got like 10 refs in the field. You got 3 in the NBA.
I only knew like one ref, Hockley, and that was because he was like the big ref. That's the only one. That's the only one I know.
I try to do. So when I'm arguing with them, I'm arguing with their real name. Yeah, look, see, Tony on his bullshit. So be at the fans. Look, Tony on his. Tell Tony he was on his bullshit. Like you get like they're humans too. So if they know your name, you got to know their name, or they just gonna just give you the short end of the stick.
Yeah. All right, so last night in the world of wrestling, the WWE put on the Royal Rumble, but the biggest news coming out of the pay-per-view is that Ronda Rousey has signed a contract with the WWE. Ramona Shelburne of ESPN reported that Rousey signed a full-time WWE contract, and it looks like WrestleMania, WWE's biggest pay-per-view of the entire calendar year, will be in her future. So question for you guys, is it a good look for such an important MMA and UFC fighter in the past to now officially be taking her talents over to WWE in the world of scripted sports entertainment?
Here's my real question. I would say over the past 12 months, two of the most notable and top MMA fighters have done other sports to get more money.
Yes.
Right.
Conor McGregor, and now Ronda Rousey. So my question to Dana White and company and just the whole MMA, UFC universe, where to do it? Because everybody's leaving.
It ain't there.
Is she getting more money from WWE?
They didn't release the contracts, but you would assume that she's going to get money. Although she said, give her credit though, you talked about this earlier, Pierce, that she didn't necessarily do it for the money. She told Ramona, there are other things I can do with my time that'll make way more money, but I won't enjoy nearly as much.
So what is she doing it for?
If you look at
to get the clout up.
No, if you look,
she wants. She's been disappearing for a little bit, not really doing much. This is a get back in front of the camera situation.
It's been what? How many months, or was it been
for her last fight? Almost 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
Damn, that
feels like it.
I guess that's the issue at hand. She wants to get back into the spotlight.
She's an entertainer.
Yeah.
And that's an entertaining league. So I mean, it does fit her. But how old is she? About 20 what?
I think she's around, late 20s, maybe around 30, yeah.
She might come back for one more fight once she gets that buzz back. Right now, this is just she's just tapping into her entertainment side.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Like, to do something like this is almost like, as fans, I'm like, this is like the official fall from grace. Yeah. Unless you're doing this to really kind of further or kind of like, work on some tweaks to your game. But I don't, obviously boxing, but I don't see this doing that.
But at the same time, do you want to keep getting hit in the face and kicked and headbutted like they do in UFC?
She trains for this one.
No, listen, I know you train in WWE. It's just as like it's taxing on the body, but you're not taking like legit fists into the side of your temple every time.
Right. So again, like you said, what is she really doing this for? Is it for the money? But some of us say no.
I think it's like McGregor. You're trying to find a way to spike. Your rep up.
I'm sure he got more money off that one fight than he got in his entire career fight.
It quintupled his net worth.
Exactly.
For sure.
See, he ain't boxing. He ain't doing shit right now.
He's chilling.
Right after, yeah.
He just
walking around, strutting with a baby.
Yes, Floyd and Conor robbed the bank that night.
1,000%. Right. They're trying to do it again.
But Ronda, I mean, there has to be something else that she can possibly do to.
Well, no, it's also like WWE superstars have parlayed their fame into movies. John Cena, The Rock, whatever. So maybe Ronda, who's done some movies in the past, is trying to transition a little bit more into being
Is she a good guy or a bad guy?
A heel or a face?
Yeah.
That's to be TBD.
Okay.
Maybe she's trying to take a page out of their book, using the blueprint for what they've done.
Listen,
speaking of,
I'm with it.
We don't know right now.
We don't know, but I'm sure that bag is much bigger. And if I get more money and we faking, I don't have to get hit in the face. Sign me
I
up.
take that check.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So again, she's making some smart business moves. She hasn't taken too many hits to the
head. Before we close, T.O., how does it feel to be on Out of Bounds, brother? You enjoy it?
Oh, I'm good. I feel like I'm out of bounds.
Hey, we're here.
This is perfect for you.
This is our Out of Bounds Hall of Fame. We need to put his jersey in the rafters somewhere. We got you covered. T.O., thank you for joining us. For Pierce Simpson, Adam Caparell, Mr. Gilbert Arenas.
Whoa. We got more show. There was something about Embiid dunking on Westbrook in there. I seen it.
They wrapped it up, though.
I seen it.
You seen it.
How you going to wrap up a show?
Yeah, man. We spent too much time on
Rousey. For YouTube?
We'll talk about it.
Talk your talk. Go ahead.
Read your shit.
Okay, Gilbert Arenas pulling strings over here. So since he wants to keep going, we won't close.
I want to talk about this too.
Yeah,
we do things on the fly. Okay, so should we
read your shit? You ain't gotta look over here.
All right,
read your shit.
So, we out of bounds, dog.
We out of bounds. Read your shit. Go on to the next one.
Last night, the Oklahoma City Thunder took on the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid got a ball at the top of the key. Russell Westbrook went to take a charge. Joel dunked on him. The Sixers lost. But of course, after the game, Joel went on Instagram and put the screen cap or picture of him dunking on Russell Westbrook. It said, "Tough loss, trust the process." But the location said, "Crime scene investigation."
You mean him of murdering Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, it was a great dunk. Fellas, fair or foul? T, you laughing? I think I got
it's fair. Look, it's fair. Embiid's just funny as hell. He's just a funny fucking guy.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to protect the guard. It's like, listen, it's your job to dunk on me if I'm trying to take a charge. Because Boozer did that shit to me too. Oh, no, I tried to take a charge down the lane. And he tomahawked just like that. Oh, so embarrassed.
How many charges did you take after that?
None. Defense went down.
Right.
No defense.
Let's see how many fouls or charges that Russell tried to take now.
He not taking it.
But now he know how it feels.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it like every week on guys.
100%.
But you see, I mean, that just fueled the fire because he came right down on the next possession. He didn't dunk on anybody. I mean, he took it out on the rim. But I mean, like I said, is it fair or foul? I mean, it's fair game, especially with the way social media is right now. Hey, back in the day, I don't think this would have happened, but Joel Embiid, I mean, he's like our modern day era of Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, he brings a lot of excitement to the game.
But do you respect that even like they lost and he still?
No, I don't respect that. Like you're bragging about dunking on the guard.
Right.
It's the you dunk on a big
It's
man.
not just a guard, but it was Russell Westbrook.
MVP of the league.
Exactly.
I remember when I got dunked on by Jason Terry.
Back up. You got dunked on by Jason Terry?
Yeah.
Sure you want to admit this on camera right now?
No, because he was going up, and I tried to just push his arm up to throw the ball up.
Was he in a step
and it
stool?
actually pushed him up, and he dunked it. And I was like, bitch, I'm a guard. I don't even supposed to jump up there.
But Jason Terry's a guard too.
That wasn't
But it's guard on guard. I don't know. That's guard on guard.
My excuse of trying to downplay the
You
dunk.
got dunked on by Jason Terry?
I was trying to downplay the dunk. Like,
Should have taken that one to the grave.
When we come back with a Jason Terry jersey in your locker, be shocked. Jason Terry, of all people.
So I think it's fair and foul. I mean, with what Joel Embiid did, maybe if somebody else had posted it, you can see some fairness in it. It's foul because he did it. But again, like I said, the whole world saw it.
The funny part is he went to the camera person who took that. Hey,
Can I get that?
let me get that.
Did some searching.
Let's call it what it is. He went through his tag photos and was like, I like that one. I'm going to use that one. Now, Gil, we got to wrap up the show. You comfortable now?
I'm good now.
You feel good now?
I kept the show going. That means I'm the man here.
Next time, I will not have a computer here, so you can't look at my cards. Listen, T.O., it was a pleasure having you out of bounds.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you for this.
Appreciate it.
Cap, as always, appreciate
Gotta
it.
have you come back, talk more basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Shit, that's right up my alley.
Hey, does he go to Supercuts or does?
Whoa.
This is the latest edition of Out of Bounds.
I'm sorry.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Whoa.